Welcome, it's time for another Bitcoin update video. Now that the idea that I've been covering for the last 5 months has fully played out, the target was hit at 48.2K, down at the lows here, 25K, when a lot of people were bearish. I made multiple videos saying expectation from here is a strong follow-through move with minimal pullbacks to 48.2K. And we got exactly that. And along the way, I made about 10 other videos covering the move, midpoint through, up here, and just trying to keep people sufficiently bullish until the idea is fully played out. Now that that has concluded, we kind of need to get into an update here, talk about what I'm expecting next, and some of the things that I'm looking at right now that actually look pretty good, and that we really may not need to see this come down much farther from here before we start gravitating towards next logical targets, which I'll talk about in just a bit. Now, I just want to give a little shout out to my Discord group where I'm updating things much more frequently, lower time frames, and just kind of trying to keep people level-headed along the way through the ups and downs. So you can message me on Twitter if you want to get access here. I'll just send you an invite link. I'm not asking for any payment. Always appreciate it, though, if you guys want to use either my link to my affiliates for Bybit or to BingX Exchange. I understand not everyone can use those exchanges depending where you live in the world, so no worries if you don't. I'll still send you an invite to the Discord. Just message me on Twitter. So let's talk about kind of what the game plan is now. We got our strong move. That ship has sailed. It was exactly what I was anticipating, and so it was really great. It was easy mode the whole way up, but now we're in kind of a more of a transitioning period here, so we have to be a little more cautious now that we see a lot of bearish divergence on higher time frames. And we've already taken out the most logical high to be swept. So when you see this happen, you have to be a bit cautious here. But I do want to cover some of the things that are looking really good, as well as what the next target is. So if we go down to a much lower time frame, let's go to the 4-hour here. Something I wanted to note is on this push down here after taking this high and getting quite a bit of bearish divergence on higher time frames, we have one of the biggest aggressive pushes of new shorts entering that I've seen since the lows over here. So if we see our open interest, majority shorts getting very aggressive on the bottom of this push right here. Last time we saw anything even close to this was the ultimate low right here before the move that we got here. So back at 24.8, we saw quite a push of shorts getting very aggressive at lows. So let's take a look right here if we zoom in a bit. Very aggressive shorting down here. A lot of longs closing as well right here. And last time we got this look with such an aggressive short way back here. So let's zoom in down here. Very similar sort of situation here that marked our last bottom before this big leg up towards 48K started. So this is really leading me to believe we don't need to go all that much lower. And some other things we can look at are, do we have a bullish divergence present? And the answer is yes. So our lowest point on our momentum was right here, but we had candle body closes below that with higher low on our momentum. So that is a bullish divergence. Let's try to take a look at the 2-hour. We're coming to the upside here on multiple time frames, bounce of power, and also a momentum, I should say. So I see a good possibility that we don't actually need to go much lower. Now, if we do, logical lows to get in at a discount with a bullish divergence present would be below the lows of this range. It's a logical level where a lot of stop losses may be resting. So if we do see a stab down there and we have a bullish divergence on a lower time frame, for me, that would be a great buying opportunity. I don't see the need to come down all that much farther since we're already seeing funding rates at very healthy levels. So you can take a look. Funding is very healthy here. It's cooled off a lot. And we see that shorts are getting very aggressive on this push down. So really it's going to be difficult for things to really carry all that much farther down. Of course, I can always be wrong, but the way that things are looking right now is making me pretty bullish about this. I'm not expecting that we're going to see any major flushes down towards 32K or something. I think it'll be pretty short-lived, this push down, if we do even get down to these lows. Although I could see us pushing straight up from these current levels without any sort of flush to the downside. Now, let's talk about a next logical target. So shorter term, it's going to be this high right here. That's our next logical high to be taken at 52.2. So I'm expecting about a 10K move up here in pretty short order. I don't think it's going to take all that much time here based on what I just talked about with shorts getting so aggressive down here. And so we can also look at some other things like hidden bullish divergence. We see that this momentum has really cooled off. We have a strong hidden bullish divergence here. So there are reasons to believe that we'll be heading to the upside pretty soon. And for me, a great entry would be the lows here. If we can stab down, take out these lows, head to the upside. Although it would not surprise me at all if this heads straight up to 52.2 and just continues higher from here. Let's go to our weekly, see how things are looking. We have kind of a nasty looking candle here on the weekly, but just a bearish candle in the context of a strong uptrend doesn't really mean much. If you look at most uptrends, you look at bearish candles, normally the price will just continue the current trend direction and kind of ignore a bearish candle. We want to kind of not pay too much attention to bearish divergence when we're in an uptrend. We more so want to look for bullish divergence, bullish hidden divergence, lower time frame regular bullish divergence, but trying to anticipate large reversals. Counter trend is not going to go well most of the time. With all that being said, of course, we do have to exercise caution. I mean, we look at this 3-day bearish divergence. Often these can lead into just a pause or sideways. But if it's counter trend, which right now we have an uptrend and this is a bearish divergence, that's counter trend, we don't want to be anticipating any giant reversal just because of this. So often in an uptrend, bearish divergence will present itself many times and the trend will just keep going without caring about it whatsoever. So it's kind of a losing game to try to pick tops. So what I'm trying to do is expect a continuation of this uptrend and try to get into the uptrend at as good of a discount as I possibly can. So all those factors that I talked about, more bullish signs for me right now than bearish signs. Going with this trend, I'm seeing the shorts getting aggressive. We have hidden bullish divergence present, bullish divergence, regular bullish divergence on lower time frames. So looking for that to head up towards 52.2 without too much more drawdown here. I don't think it's going to drop all that much more, although I would look at it as a great opportunity if we do come down, sweep these lows here, since they are looking pretty juicy for some resting stop losses to be swept. That's pretty much it. Right now, I want to wait a bit more since we don't have a lot of development here. We just kind of have one spike down. Like back here, when I talked about this large consolidation, this is a lot of development here for us to really analyze this and say, okay, we have the context of an uptrend. We have a large sideways consolidation in the context of an uptrend, expecting that this follows through to the upside out of this consolidation. Right here, we don't have a whole lot right now. We just took such a significant high, so it is better to be more cautious here. So I don't want to be overly bullish, but based on what I'm seeing, things are looking pretty good, more bullish than bearish here. So I'm still maintaining that I do think we don't have a lot more downside here before we head up towards higher targets. We can even talk about beyond that. We're pretty much looking at 59 as a very short term, not very significant high, but beyond that, we have all-time highs. So I really don't see the need to have a massive drop here based on what we're seeing with the shorts getting so aggressive, our hidden bullish divergence, our regular bullish divergence, lower time frames. So we'll see how it pans out, but I'm still maintaining bullishness here and want to stay sufficiently bullish until we really get to a point where things are not looking good. So right now, everything still looks good for higher. From my point of view. So that's what I'll be sticking with for now. I can always be wrong, of course. So we'll see how it pans out, and I'll update it as necessary. Thank you guys for watching as always. Don't forget, check out the Discord. Just message me on Twitter if you want to get access there. There's no payment needed. I'll just send you an invite link. Just ask me on Twitter. Links in the description down below for my Twitter. You can message me. And of course, I always appreciate it if you guys check out my affiliate links to the exchanges Bybit and BingX. Or you can check out my Patreon as well if you're interested. Thank you guys, and have a great day.